Welcome back, friends. So, we are ready with another episode of solving ICSE 2017 English Language Paper 1. In this series, we are sharing with you the grammar questions, specifically only the grammar questions, which will help you to solve your ICSE grammar part. Okay, so that will be really useful. As we have already seen in the earlier part, please go through those videos 2020, 2019, 2018, and now this is 2017 ICSE English Language Paper 1. Solved grammar questions are very important significant part of this paper, and it will help you to score a lot if you know certain tricks, certain tips, and it's functional grammar. So you can practice, keep on practicing this kind of pattern of questions. If you, I'm very much sure if you practice at least 10 years or 15 years of grammar questions, then definitely you can score really good marks in the grammar part of the ICC language paper. So let's get started with the question. That the first one they have, that is a passage based question, where the one example they give to you, that is whether it is starting with past tense, with the present tense, that we have to keep a note. So let's start with that. My mother started. So this word is already given to us. Based on this, we have to move ahead. My mother started school when she was beaver, that is was. It would be. It will not take am, it will not take is, it's past tense, and it is third person singular she, so it will take was. She was 6 and stopped the same term. She was unusual in the village as she had a father and brother who encouraged her to go to school. She was the only girl in a class of boys and claims that she was brighter than the boys. But every day she would leave behind her girl cousins playing at home, and she envied them. There seemed to be no point in going to school just to end up doing housework. So that started word is actually give you a starting point, which tense, and this is basically the passage based on tense. The next one would be based on phrasal verbs, preposition, those things. So let's see one by one. The first one we have, she shouted angrily at the disobedient boy. Shouted at, realistic. I asked them to provide us with a guide so that the guide can accompany us, help us with a guide. The tree grew at a dangerous slant and had to be cut down. Cutting down the tree. That's a very common phrasal verb that we use. My sister believes in fairies. You're believing in something. He drew beautiful diagram on the board. So you're drawing the diagram on the surface of the board. So that's why on the board. She battled her way through the crowd. Okay, through the crowd means it's a very crowded place. Okay, so you're starting at one point and ending, and you're moving through that crowd. So that's why battle through. We were asked to gather around the teacher. Now there is another possibility, could be we were asked to gather near the teacher. That is also fine. And they had to climb up the steep pathway to reach the top. Now here somebody might ask that, yes, why not it is down? You have to understand the next part of the sentence, pathway to reach the top. If you want to reach the top, you cannot come down. So it has to be up and nothing else. Next one is the meaty part, that is joining the sentences without a coordinating conjunction like and, but, or so. So this is the hospital. I was born here. Okay, this is the hospital, one sentence, and I was born here. So there are three ways we can write. This is the hospital where I was born. This is the hospital in which I was born. Or I was born in this hospital. That is also fine. Meaning should remain the same. Meaning of the original sentence should remain the same. Okay. So let's see the second one. The children have been sick for a week. They were unable to go to school. Okay, so there is a reason cause and effect sort of thing. So the children were unable to go to school because they had been sick for a week. Okay, or else it could be since the children had been sick for a week, they were unable to go to school, or as the children had been sick for a week, they were unable to go to school. Having been sick for a week, the children were unable to go to school. So here there is a cause, there's a because, so, or since, as, this kind of reason based conjunction we can use. Also notice one thing, here one sentence is in present, the other is in past, but when you are combining the sentence, both the verb should be in same tense. So that's why you see that in the answer, we have put it all in past tense. Third, Mrs. Kumar has been a teacher for 30 years. She will now retire. We have to join the sentence. So here, like, let's use like participle. Having been a teacher for 30 years, Mrs. Kumar will now retire. Mrs. Kumar, who has been a teacher for 30 years, will now retire. Or Mrs. Kumar will now retire after teaching for 30 years. We have had, there's a lot of possibility for this question. Fourth, we have had to respect for nature. Now we are suffering from the effects of global warming. Again, there is a cause, effect, cause and effect. So since we have had no respect, okay, for nature, we are suffering from effects of global warming. Okay. Next one, having had no respect for nature, we are now suffering from the effects of global warming. As we have no respect for nature, we are now suffering from the effects of global warming. Now we are suffering from the effects of global warming because we have had no respect for nature. We are now suffering from the effects of global warming for we have had no respect for nature. Another, we are now suffering from the effects of global warming for disrespecting nature. This is a new word that you're introducing, but easy one would be since we have had no respect. That is, as we have had no respect for nature, that is one. Okay, or because we have no respect, that one is a simpler one. Let's go to the last question where 1 mark for each, that is transformation of sentences. First one, so let's see, not, okay, yes. So here we can see, not many people read for pleasure these days. Not many people read for pleasure these days. We have to start, we have to begin with few. So how can we begin? Few people read for pleasure these days. That means not many people read. Since her childhood, Meera has been good in mathematics. Okay, so basically good in or good at. Generally we say good at. Okay, so Meera has been good at or good in mathematics since her childhood. The ending should be with childhood. We have had no rain since January, Ramu said. Ramu said that. So it's an indirect direct speech. Ramu said that we will become they. They had had no rain since January. Next, it is dangerous as well as illegal to drive a motorcycle without a helmet. It is not. Okay. So this is again affirmative and negative sentences. It is not only, you can use, it is not only dangerous but also illegal to drive a motorcycle without a helmet, or you can make it dangerous as not safe. Expand that word into not safe. It is not safe and legal to drive motorcycle without a helmet. He had plenty of wealth, but he was not happy in spite. Okay, that's how they want. In spite of having, in spite after of, in spite of, then we go for participle. In spite of having plenty of wealth, comma, he was not happy. Or in spite of being, that is also participle, being wealthy, he was not happy. He was so tired that he could not stand. This is a very easy one. Use to. So he was too tired to stand. Every one of them was an experienced mountaineer. There was no. Again, affirmative, negative type. There was no one who was an inexperienced mountaineer among them. Or you can write, there was no one who was not an experienced mountaineer among them, mean the same. And there was no inexperienced mountaineer among them. I have seen a film, I have never seen a film as bad as this. As bad as this. Okay, so this is positive. So this is you have to start, then this is the worst film I have ever seen. So that's for 2017 paper. We will be uploading more, okay, like 2016, 15, 14 onwards. Stay tuned and pour in your suggestions. Hope you're liking our videos, and let us know what else you would like to know regarding how to solve English language paper. Good luck.